Saying goodbye to White Bay for a while. I've been up to Telephone Hill to check on the weather, and it's going to be okay, so I'm off tomorrow morning first thing. Whole family of goats there. Sunrise over White Bay, Percy Island. I'm off early this morning, sun's coming up, and I'm just saying goodbye to Graham on Asteroid. He's off to the Duke Islands. The Duke's 22 nautical miles away, and Port Clinton is about 50, and at the moment there's no wind. I've had a good time in White Bay. I've walked up the top most days, either to use the phone or walk to the top of the island. But sadly it's time to go. There's 8 boats in the bay today. There's 2 catamarans down here, 1 American boat. There's a Farrier 22 called Asteroid, and there's a lovely catamaran over here as well that was just got a new owner, and he purchased this in Bowen, of all places. And the sun's just coming up over the top of that island, and I'm going to head off now in that direction there towards the end of South Percy. Come out of White Bay here. This is South Percy, and we're heading through there somewhere. I haven't got a position on the chart yet. And Percy Island is about a mile behind now. Hickson Islet, that's 17 metres high, is a beam. High Island on our starboard bow there. The northeastern side of South Percy. We're going to run along this for quite a while now. About 3 miles, I suppose. Up to that point there. And I think I'm in the shadow now of the tide. And I'll put my sails up in about half an hour after I've listened to their weather forecast on Thursday Sound. It's 2.5 hours on since we left White Bay in Percy Island, and we've made about 12 nautical miles. I had to motor for nearly 2 hours of that. 1.5 anyway, and we're rocking on at about 4 knots. Not too bad, quite light winds. Quite a few boats are going south today. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boats. They're all further to the west than me. Now they could either be going straight to the Keppels or they could be going to Port Clinton. I think most are actually going to Port Clinton. But I'm just heading on a compass bearing for Port Clinton, which is 150. Now I think these over here, I've got boats over here that are right on the rum line basically for Port Clinton. So I think they're just going down their GPS rum line. But if you, you know, we have big tides here that travel across at 1.5 knots. So what they're going to do is do a lot further, because they're trying to fight the tide both ways in order to stay on their rum line. Anyway, we're doing pretty well. You know, up in front there is Hexham, and Yeah, that's way off the rum line, but that's where my 150 is taking me because of the tides pulling me down towards Hexham. But when the tide turns at 9 o'clock, which is in half an hour's time, I'll have at least a knot and a half pushing me out to sea. There's two boats, don't know what you can see over there. There's two boats basically on the horizon. They're not that far out, they're probably about a mile away. Have to use a trusty spoon. My toothbrush is in the bathroom, and that's where we are here. And this is Hexham over here, and this is my rum line over here. So we're about a mile off the rum line at the moment, a mile and a half, and heading away from it because of the tide. But as soon as the tide turns, we should be coming back towards the rum line, and this angle here will swing round a bit. I spent most of my time today downstairs reading a book, 90% of the time just out of the sun. It's now 3:30, so the bite's gone out the sun a bit, and in the back of the boat here I'm got a bit of shade from the solar panel. The autopilot's been doing a good job. And over in the corner here I've got the protein line. Well, I haven't put it out today. Basically I caught that tuna about a week ago. I had to throw it away a couple of days ago, and I've had my fill of fish for a week. I wanted to go closer to the Clara group than this, but the wind turned. There's a light on this set of islands, on the one in the middle actually. I believe there's a place, one of these islands here has got a rock formation where you can paddle a canoe through, and it's very narrow and very high. Just have to Google it. I've always wanted to do it, come on a calm day, but now's not the day. I logged off about half an hour with Thirsty Sound at Coast Guards, and they informed me to log on with Keppel Bay, and they'll have sent my information through on obviously by email or such like. Anyway, we're going to give it a go now. Keppel Sands Coast Guard, Keppel Sands Coast Guard, Keppel Sands Coast Guard. This is Artemis, 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 over.
Artemis, Coast Guard, Keppel Sands.
I've been logged on with Thirsty Sound, and I've been told they'll send the information through to you. And I'm intending to go today as far as Port Clinton, over.
Yeah, they transferred you over to me, yeah, I've got all your particulars. Port Clinton at 1800, is that correct?
Hang on. 1800.
Coast Guard, Keppel Sands.
Yeah, hang on, 80. Yeah, that may Coast Guard's Keppel Sands, this is Artemis, may be around about 1800. I'll give you a call then anyway. When do you close up, over?
At 1800, so if you can give me a call about 17:30 if you would, please.
Yeah, I will. Alright then, I'll give you a call at 17:30 roundabout. Alright, thank you very much for your coverage. This is Stratos going clear. Oh, there you go. I spend most of my time down here, I'd say 90% of the time, down below, out the sun. It's very oppressive up there if you're having to stay in the sun for 12 hours a day. I spend about 90% of his time lying on this bunk. I read a book called Clinker today. Oh, and it's a children's book, but when you go and buy your books at Vinnie's, you know, my thing is if I buy a book, I've got to read it. So anyway, I've read it. I wouldn't say it's the best book in the world, but it's not bad. Got my mobile phone in the corner here, and that tells me where I am basically, so that I can tell if I'm going to hit anything or anything when I'm reading my book. Generally pop up about every 15 minutes to have a look what's around. And because it's so hot at the moment, I've got a fan here over here which is kind of wedged in there, and that just blows on me all day. Makes it very comfortable down here. The time now is on the clock is coming up for 4 o'clock, so I'll listen to the news, and I don't know what time I'll get there. I've got to call in again and tell them at 5:30 because the old bugger goes home, so they shut down then. So I'll give him a ring and tell him I'm in Port Clinton, then he can sleep tonight. We're cracking on down here now at 6 knots. In the centre of the screen is Pearl Bay. This island over here, the first bit of it is called Split Island, and behind that is Dome Island. I thought I'd come this side of this island so that I had the sun behind me. Beautiful wooded island, this, Hoop Pines. I believe this is the one, maybe. I'd seen a photo on YouTube of them paddling their canoes through here, and I think this is it, through that between those two islands at high tide. Following this catamaran. Dome Island abeam. Another island covered in hoop pine trees. They're not looking as green as when I came up with the, you know, say four or 5 months ago. About June, July I was passing here. Heading into Port Clinton now. This is Rankin Island. Once you've gone Rankin Island, you're basically into Port Clinton. It's kind of big bay here, but no, you don't anchor in here. There's an island in front, and this island here is called Perforated Point. I just got to go downstairs and call up Thirsty Sound now, and up Keppel Sands, and tell them I'm here, because I said I'd call them right now. Perforated Point. And if you look through there, you can see some yachts anchored. That's where we're going. Well, I got myself anchored. And both of these boats, French Curve, and I can't see what the other one's name is, and the catamaran that's underneath the thing, just coming in, all came today from White Bay. And it's blowing quite hard. The other side of the bay here, sun's just about to go down, and I get myself a beer. Sunset over Port Clinton, Queensland, Australia.